Hello everybody, I'm Dave Ko. Today I'm not going to tell you to talk anything about real estate, right? So you see beside me this Yamaha AV receiver. This is the model RX-A2A, or on the box it's only indicated as A2. And I just collected this set this morning from the Yamaha Experience Studio, which is their showroom located at Plaza Singapura. By the way, I'm from Singapore, so today all the pricing will be based on Singapore pricing. I could have gotten this maybe 2 or 3 months back, but I hold on to it, the decision of buying it, because I was waiting for the launching of this A6 model. The A2 and the A4, they are both 7.2 channel receiver, whereas the A6 is the 9.2. So waiting to see what will be the launch price for the A6, and the launch price which I got from this Yamaha showroom is $3,500 Sing dollar, right, SGD. It was way more than what I wish to pay for. And then the model below it, right, so be the A4 and this A2 7.2 channel. So the A4 is $2,300. For this model, A2 is $1,500. Of course, if I want to get a 9.2 channel, I could have gotten a Marantz. The Marantz model 6015, that's even cheaper than this by $50. It's $1,450. Okay, so why do I choose this Yamaha, and why do I choose this A2 instead of the A4? Right, I will let you know after our unboxing. There's this AM antenna. I think this is for the FM antenna. Plus all this basic documentation. This is the wide power mic. That's for calibrating the sound according to your room. Of course, you have your normal power cord. Have another power cord here. I'll put the box aside first. Alright, this is the set. I believe this is the front. This speaker terminal labeled as the front presence by Yamaha, or I call it the extra 1 and the extra 2. These are actually for the ceiling speaker, or call it the height channel. This is a surround back, so or for the bi-amping, but you can't use both together at the same time, so it's either this or this. Now of course you have the normal front, center, and the surround, and this surround shouldn't be confused as the surround back, because this is supposed to be at the ear level. You'll see that now we only have one optical and one coaxial digital connector. In the old days, when my last generation of AV receiver, my tenant has actually 5 set of this. Because now the market have moved to use mainly HDMI, which for this model, Yamaha give you plenty of it. But the most important for me is this EARC, because I need to output uncompressed Dolby Atmos signal from my TV, so I will need EARC. The normal ARC can only receive compressed Dolby digital signal. If you want, you can add 2 subwoofer, but for me I will just use 1, because I have a rather small living room. The other feature that I absolutely need is this FM, and you know, there's a lot of people telling me that nowadays people don't listen to FM. You know, when I went to the hi-fi shop, right, out of 4 out of 5 they'll tell me that, oh, FM have been phased out, and now people are now listening to streaming from internet radio. But the sound quality is definitely, FM is more superior. This is the front panel of the set. Of course, we have the usual phones, and then we for our wipeout calibration, and then we have the USB for playing music from your USB drive or even a hard drive. And this is now this for this generation of Avantage, right? This is totally brand new design. Yamaha have shifted from the traditional large display on the center. Now it's moved to the side. This is the volume knob. Now many people have without having experience with the real units, they say that, oh, the display are too small. But then you see, when you start to turn the display, the volume right, the display actually got bigger, so they can see it from far. And this is the selector for input. Yep. Now I will have to these are the sync button. They are actually touchscreen, because now I have not go to the right mode, right, so there's nothing to touch, no response. Of course, I will have to hook this up to the internet to do the firmware update, which I'll do maybe a few days next time. Alright, now I want to, just now at the beginning of the video, I actually told you why I choose this A2 instead of the A4, and I also told you that if I want to choose a 9.2 channel, I could have chosen the Marantz, which is even cheaper than this 7.2. Alright, so first of all, why I choose this Yamaha 7.2 that costs more than the Marantz 6015. I believe 6015, the 9.2. I choose Yamaha because especially for the cinema DSP. Alright, I know there's a lot of reviewers, especially those professional reviewers, right? Whether is it on YouTube or on the print, on website, right? They love to trash this Yamaha DSP. I do not know why. Maybe if you want to look professional, you only want the purest, right? So all these DSP are like a toy to them. So, but the reason why I choose Yamaha is because of the cinema DSP. You see, I used to have This before this I used to have this Denon AVR. I think it was second from the flagship, so it's pretty high end, and the sound quality is fantastic, absolutely fantastic. I think the model was 3608 something, I can't remember. It was fantastic listening to music, even even to channel and the movies. But what I don't like is there was I think it was a 7.1 channel, but I only use 5.1. When movies, right, watching movies, when there's a effect, right, then the sound will come from the back, right, the surround channel. But a lot of movies, right, not those sound don't always come to the back, right, don't always have that kind of surround effect. And that's what happening to the Atmos, right? If you think that you get a Dolby Atmos AV receiver and you're going to always get a lot of sound effect from the ceiling, don't look at the review where they, all the review, right, they always use that Dolby Atmos demo disc, because it's a demo disc, so they have to give you a lot of effect. But movies, right, I believe that even though Dolby Atmos is not a new technology, I think a lot of movies haven't catch up yet, right? Because the sound engineer have to train themselves, right, to fully exploit this technology. So I believe that they haven't arrived there. So coming back to this, right? So the Denon, right, other than the standard DTS or DTS-ES or the Dolby Digital, right? Other than that, there's no you only have 5 other modes, right? The DSP mode to activate the sound, to change the sound, to get more cinematic feel. And you know that I don't know I don't know about you, but for me, I feel that no matter how good, right, I think the Denon was fantastic in the sound panning, the surround effect, but it just lacked the feel of a cinema. Because if you go to the cinema, I know that you guys maybe already have an AVR, very experienced, but sometimes pay money to go to cinema and listen. In the cinema, there's a lot of reverberation, right, reflection. So that's what I don't get from the Denon, right? They have this matrix surround, 5-channel stereo, stadium, super stadium, game mode, I think it's about there, virtual surround. But other than that, and those are very fake, right? The sound very fake. Okay, automatic off. And by the way, these are the antenna, in the back. So but with the Yamaha, I used to own the Yamaha, right? I'm from Singapore, and every Singaporean male, almost everyone, you need to serve national service, which means military service. So at 18 years old, so after my military service, right, I remember that time was the Asian financial crisis. But I was very fortunate. God bless me. I signed on the job 2 months before my ROD run out of date, right? I was working the MRT in some country called the metro or the subway, right? So after working, I got a paycheck, right? So the first thing I bought was this Yamaha AV receiver. That model was RX-A2A, I think, yeah. Where you have the orange color display, if you guys you own that before, a very beautiful orange color display. And why I chose Yamaha then? Because as a subway worker, right, as a MRT technician, I was a technician. We have the staff room for us to rest, to have our meals, right? So during the time, I think someone left a Yamaha AVR catalog on the coffee table, and I just flipped it through, and I was fascinated by the write-up. Oh, my saliva. Oh, hopefully it didn't go in. Of the DSP, the description, the introduction of DSP, and they show, I believe, I remember I really caught my attention. What caught my attention was a picture of this grand, very Gothic church. I think somewhere in Vienna or somewhere, right? And they say they use this microphone to go to the actual venue and pick up the reading, right? And then they analyze. That was 1999 or something like that. But I believe Yamaha have this in the 80s, right? At the time when I bought this home, right, bought the receiver home, I remember my favorite DSP mode, right? There are a few programs, I can't remember how many. My favorite was the 70mm movie. 70mm precedes the IMAX. It's been replaced by the IMAX, right? 70mm movie, right? If you're my age, right, you should know it has a bigger screen than the normal cinema screen. And that sound mode actually was so fantastic, right? From my tiny little living room, when I turn off the light, right, while just watching the movie, of course that time we don't have the LCD or something. I have a 29-inch Panasonic, I think it's Sophia CRT movie screen, and the sound really sound like what I feel in the cinema, right? It's because from my house it's just so small for my living room, but when you activate the 70mm, the expansion is not just widen, it just deepen. It at the height also, right? It's just like the spear become much bigger. And to verify my sensation, right, I actually went to the cinema, right, purposely for the sake of go to the cinema, watch it, and then when I come back, in cinema, it's not just I know the actual Dolby Digital, that time was Dolby Digital and DTS, right. The effect was very good, but then with this 70mm, it actually give you the feel. The normal DTS and normal Dolby Digital give you the effect, but the DSP give you the feeling of being there. So that's why I'm sold. I know there's even some of you may start to trash, oh no, nonsense, but don't worry. If you don't like it, then don't buy it. Don't need to listen to it, right? It's up to you to control, right? It's your money. But for me, that's why I choose Yamaha, the Cinema DSP. Of course, if I go for the higher end model, the A4, right, they have 24 program. This is only, I think, 12 or something, and this is the lower end technology. The other one was a HD Cinema DSP HD. And so come back to why I choose then why A2 and not the A4. When I was at the Yamaha Experience Studio, right, there was this very young salesperson, but very knowledgeable, very young, but he can even tell me that Kev produced a driver for Rogers for the BBC LS335 or 34, like that model, right? And so he demonstrated movies for me from this the A2 and then the A4, and then but for the movies, I feel that they are pretty close, very very close. I can't really tell because the movie was Spider-Man Homecoming or Coming Home. But the real differences is the obvious difference I can hear is when he start to play songs. Okay, I play this Cai Qing song. Cai Qing is a very famous Taiwanese lady singer. You can explore, just type Cai Qing. For the A4, the sound stage was it's not just wide but deep. It's like maybe 1 to 2 meter behind the floor standing speaker that they were using to demo to me the acoustic energy. But when you switch this A2, right, it's still as clear. Okay, you can hear it's not just the clarity, you can hear just like when a singer sing, right, the lips. A lot of people say that okay, hear the breath, the breathing. Any cheap speaker can hear that, but but with a good pair of speaker, you can hear the just like when I speak, the saliva when you open up, that kind of thing, right? So with this, you still can hear that, same as the A6, but the sound feel is not as deep. They're still deep, but not as deep. But I feel that the singer, right, the singer, I feel that actually she sort of took 2 to 3 steps forward, and then the sound is slightly brighter, right? Especially on the acoustic energy. The tweeter was aluminum metal dome tweeter. I don't know is it aluminum or not, but it's metal tweeter. Okay, But what I'm currently using the quad, the old quad, the L22, 22L, and it has a silk dome tweeter. The quad is very smooth, very musical, but a bit too smooth for my taste. The top end roll off a bit early lah. So, but that was then the taste of a consumer, because speaker manufacturer always, just like chef right, restaurant, they always cater to the taste of the people, right? Just like fashion, right? So that was then. Okay, but the quad is a fantastic speaker, very musical. You can listen for hours and hours, right? Especially if you turn on FM, which is my favorite, right? So I prefer, maybe it's because of age, right? The listening, certain reviewers say that we are older, your listening not so sensitive, so you need something brighter. But I don't think that I have reached that stage. But because you have quad, right? You have quads for years, right? So I have the quads for years, right? So I would prefer something different, right? Something different, something brighter. So for my next speaker, I think I'm going for the one of my shortlist, the UB5 reference. I will have to go down for listen, or the Elec Vela, or the Carina. If you have listened to this, maybe you want to comment below, let me know what's the differences. Okay, so and the price for this is A2, right? And the differences between this A2 and the A4 is $800, Singapore dollar, $800 differences. If you want to know in US dollar, you can go and convert yourself. That salesperson, right, very professional. He didn't push me to buy the more expensive one. He told me that even if I spend a lot on the AV receiver, right, it cannot perform like a good 2-channel stereo integrated amp, right? So yeah, I agree with that. So I saved the $800. So with the $800, and if I would add a bit, maybe $1,000 more, I can get maybe next time I can buy a stereo, a pure stereo amplifier just for listening to music. So for this, this is just an unboxing video and what my initial feeling is and why I the rationale behind buying this. The next video, right, I'm going to do a sound demo of music, 2-channel music. Right, this is a 2-channel driven, is I think 100-watt, right? So I'm gonna do a 2-channel. While waiting for my surround speaker cable to arrive, I'll do the 2-channel because it's easier to do that video. So if you are interested to know how the AV receiver sound in 2-channel, I know because we are not professional reviewer, we don't have a lot of kids waiting for us to try, so most of us will only have one set of amplifier, either a stereo amp or AV receiver. So I think it makes a lot of sense that you will even use this to listen to music, even serious listening. So if you want to find out how it sounds in 2-channel in stereo, right, maybe you want to subscribe and then click the little bell just to keep yourself updated when the video is out. And if you think this video is useful to you, maybe you give me a like, yeah. And please, the most important thing is I would like to hear your comments, right? Maybe your experience with this amp, or that's why I say just now, your experience with the Elec Carina, the UB5 reference, or the Elec Vela. And thank you for staying with me for so long. I didn't plan to have such a long video, but alright, it's alright. So before ending this video, whether you're from in Southeast Asia, or in the Europe, or even in the United States, right, or other country, right, I want to wish you, I want to bless you with the protection, right, so that this COVID-19 virus, whether they are the Delta variant or whatever variant, the Mu or the Miao or the Wow variant, right, nothing can touch you and your family members, right? And of course, we look forward to the day where we can go out and travel anywhere we want to go safely and without wearing the mask, without all this temperature, taking the swab test, right? So thank you for staying with me, and God bless. Bye bye.